Taiwan Special, Episode 2. Is there such a thing as an innocent person? Is there such a thing as an innocent person? You may have been following my own dealings in Taiwan. There's a lot that's happened to me in Taiwan that I haven't told anyone about. And I'm right now, there's a glimmer of hope that Taiwan's government could do the right thing. And if there's any hope at all for that, then I'm going to stop complaining. I'm gambling on, I'm banking on, I'm hoping, I'm going to wait and hold out to give them any chance possible to do the right thing. Even if one person does the right thing against everybody else, I'm going to hold on to that. But if not, I'm going to explain why. But I'm waiting and hoping. I'm patient. If you followed this, though, you understand what I've said many, many times, that Taiwan's people, the government is a do-nothing government. Okay, give an example. I had a boss that wouldn't give me legally required papers. The government would not put any device in place to guarantee that the boss gave me the papers that the government gives the boss and then requires me to have. Like, give it to the boss, and you over there that we're not talking to are required to have what we gave to them. And that's it. You know, if I went to court and sued someone, the government, the company, whatever, either one, the judge would say, oh, that's right. It wasn't fair. Bye. They wouldn't force me to give the papers. The government wouldn't give me another copy of the papers. They wouldn't make it right. They just say that I was right and I still have to live with the injury. It's just that I'm right, that I don't deserve this thing that they're still making me live with. That's how Taiwan's government works. It's a do-nothing government. And the problem is that the people in Taiwan do things the same way. Oh, it's terrible. I'm busy. You know, oh, a person's dying under that car. Oh, no. Oh, I have to hurry up and get to McDonald's. Like, this is what they do. The police. Oh, there are gunshots coming from inside the bank. Wow. I'm going to stand outside and say, wow. You know, they don't go into the bank. They don't stop it. Oh, there's the burglar. The police. Look, there's video footage of this. Oh, there's the burglar. The murderer with the bag of money. He's running. Wow. How could this happen? Oh, I'm just going to stand here and look at him. Like, that's what people in society and government in Taiwan do. It's a do-nothing culture, a do-nothing government. It's really amazing. And I know you're saying, Jesse, that can't be. You're twisting something, Jesse. You're being selective, Jesse. There might be 2 in 50,000 who don't do that. But it's like, you don't find those people. And if there are people in Taiwan that will do something instead of do nothing, they get fired from their jobs. So it's, you know, on the one hand, it's actually a lot. We, you know, Americans, we escalate everything. What? He called you a stupid face. Let's go burn his house down. That's America's extreme other end of things. So, but we have this do nothing culture. And so I was talking with these Taiwanese friends about, you know, Taiwan. It's like, all these innocent people die because of America and China and their wars. And okay, I said, but are the people really innocent? Are they really innocent? You know, one of the things I was talking about with my friends was the need to get water and food. War is coming. You know, last few weeks, we had to stay at home for 30 minutes while they had an air raid drill. You know, if Taiwan's getting bombed or attacked with airplanes, you're not allowed to be outside. Like, someone was driving and got fined $1,000 because they were driving on the road in a scooter, on a scooter. And, you know, you have to go inside. It's a curfew. So if you've got an air raid that lasts days, you've got a curfew that lasts days, and you're not allowed to go outside. So what are you going to eat? A lot of Taiwanese don't keep food at home. They go to 7-Eleven for every meal. If they don't go to 7-Eleven, they can't eat because they don't have snacks in the house. Yeah. So I was talking to them saying you need to have some sort of food so you can outlast a curfew, or if a typhoon shows up and you don't have time to go to 7-Eleven before the typhoon comes so that you don't starve during the typhoon, like, or if there's an earthquake or if there's flooding and you can't get out of your house for half a day, you don't want to die from not having any water in the house. And the Taiwanese reaction to this is, don't be stupid. Oh, what a silly thing. And so I'm talking with my friends about this saying, yeah, you should have water and dry storage food in the house. And none, zero of their friends, their classmates, their family members, no one thinks that they're not insane for the suggestion. It's a do-nothing country. And so my friends have seen this. So my friends have been laughed at and mocked and called stupid by friends, family, and classmates because they think that you should have enough water to live a week without going outside. That's just stupid in the minds of other people. But they're the ones that are also saying, oh, so many innocent Taiwanese die because of America and China and their wars. And I'm going, are those Taiwanese really innocent? I mean, see, this is where I get controversial. This doesn't sound nice. Americans are losing their freedoms. Now, Americans didn't vote to have their free speech blocked, but Americans didn't teach their children at home about the Constitution. Lincoln said, study the Constitution. Benjamin Franklin said, the question, what hath you wrought outside the Constitutional Convention? He said, a republic if you can keep it. People say, we live in a republic. No, we don't. We don't live in a republic in America. We live in a republic if you can keep it. You have to keep it. The Founding Fathers warned of the dangers of when the taxpayers, of when the citizens and voters learn that they can vote themselves dollars from the Treasury. And parents haven't warned their children about these warnings. Parents don't talk about the Constitution. In the podcast weekly, I just talked about education and the development of English curriculum. How many parents think that English curriculum or any school curriculum is a fascinating subject to talk about around the dinner table? My parents did. It's your education, man. What are you going to talk about at dinner? Roseanne? So we have a lot of people who suffer because of evil, dark things that big, bad people in big, bad governments do. Okay, are those people really innocent if they didn't keep their republic if you can keep it? Is there really such a thing as an innocent person? The Taiwanese are looking at war. They're looking at China invading their country. Taiwan would have more money. They wouldn't have to buy weapons from America. They could make their own. They'd have so much money that they could be a formidable trade partner with China, and China would like them and China would love them. Taiwan could be so rich that China wants to recognize them as a country and be happy to do so without any anger or coercion. Beijing, China could want that if Taiwan was so rich, and Taiwan would be so rich if they weren't a do-nothing country with a do-nothing government and a do-nothing culture. If the people thought that maybe you should have a backup plan for home, not if, but when tragedy strikes of any kind, war or natural disaster, etc., if they thought that backup plans were good ideas, war wouldn't be a threat at all. So, and I was talking to my friends about this. I'm like, look, people don't vote directly for war. It's a domino effect. I'm wrapping this up here. It's a domino effect. They start with this, and they do this thing wrong. And then that leads to something else that's done wrong, and something else that's done wrong, and something else that's done wrong, and it arches up over into many things that lead to other things that are done wrong, and then it leads to the war that hurts the people. They're not directly responsible for the bad things that happen to them as the people. The people are not responsible directly for the bad things that happen to the people. The people are responsible for things that happen that cause things to happen, 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 that creates war and hurts the people. That's where the people are responsible. So this idea of there being innocent people, how many bad things would have stopped if we just talked to our families about law and education? Are there any innocent people? No.